How lucky can a brother be who has two genius sisters with secret labs where they invent high-tech gadgets? His name is Johnny, and this 11-year-old suburban boy is the main character of the animated television series Johnny Test. In this video, we will give you a 10-minute, non-stop rundown of the entire story of Johnny Test. So, let's dive in. The series is based on 117 episodes across 6 seasons. Situated in the fictional town of Pork Belly in North America, Johnny's world is filled with endless adventures, thanks to his super genius 13-year-old twin sisters, Susan and Mary. They are constantly cooking up inventions and experiments in their secret lab, with Johnny often playing the role of their willing test subject. Johnny often finds himself in a bit of trouble because of his sister's experiments. Sometimes, these experiments go so wrong that he has to deal with some bad guys. Luckily, he gets used to his sister's cool inventions to fix the problems. In fact, he mostly ends up saving the world. At home, life is equally colorful with Johnny's mother, Leela, a high-flying businesswoman, and his father Hugh, a house husband who loves cleanliness and crafting the perfect meatloaf. Along with all these, we have Dukey, Johnny's talking dog and best friend. Season 1, Episode 1, Johnny to the Center of the Earth. In the first episode, Pork Belly becomes the center of a mysterious case. A news report announces unsuccessful police attempts to catch underground bandits, dramatized by a series of bizarre incidents where bikers and even a rocket are pulled underground. During the chaos, a radio broadcast offers a reward of $500.
Police are offering $500 to anyone who can help solve these totally freaky and bizarre crimes
for any clues leading to a resolution. Johnny, excited by the idea of the reward and imagining buying 20 video games, decides to get his friend Dukey involved. For Johnny, it's all about the reward, and for Dukey, it's about getting a delicious steak. Their adventure hits a snag when Dukey and a new camera, which belonged to Johnny's father, suddenly gets pulled underground. This was problematic because Johnny was strictly told not to touch this camera. Anyways, back at home, Johnny and his sisters argue about whether mole people are real. Johnny comes up with a plan to use their atomic earth dozer to find out, but their dad says he'll be in big trouble if he doesn't get the camera back before dinner. This leads to a funny adventure underground, as Johnny tries to get the camera back and earn his video game privileges again. Later, Johnny questions a salt shaker as if he's expected to eat salt, but is quickly corrected by Susan, who explains it's microphysic flakes designed to enhance physical appeal. This leads to a humorous moment where Johnny reluctantly tests the flakes, resulting in a temporary, monstrous transformation. They face threat from Eugene, aka Bling Bling Boy, who demands a date with Susan under the threat of destroying Pork Belly. The narrative hypes up as Johnny and Dukey speed underground to confront the mole people, only to end up imprisoned. A climax unfolds with the siblings confronting various challenges, including a tense standoff with the Mole King Zizrar, and a narrow escape aided by Johnny's quick thinking with a camera flash. The episode wraps up with Johnny, Dukey, and Bling Bling Boy returning home, making it in time for dinner. Season 1, Episode 6, Johnny's Super Smarty Pants. In the following episode, the scene is set at Pork Belly Middle School during a spelling competition. Janet successfully spells diphtheria, while Johnny struggles hilariously with the simple word go. Meanwhile, Dukey, disguised as a teacher, is caught trying to aid Johnny. Later, Johnny finds himself embarrassed in front of the entire school, including Janet, due to a hairstyling experiment gone wrong in his sister's lab.
School and Janet Nelson Jr.
Maybe you just got stage fright because you like her.
Then, Johnny asks his sister for help to become smarter. Susan and Mary introduce the Super Smarty Pants, designed to make Johnny a genius by absorbing knowledge directly into his fibers. Though initially promising, the Smarty Pants lead to unexpected jealousy and control issues, comically misunderstanding basic questions. However, a reconciliation with the Smarty Pants allows Johnny to excel, leading to a surprising end, where the pants show a heart display, symbolizing their bond. At home, Johnny faces the complexities of young love and high-tech mishaps. And then, the Super Smarty Pants transforms into a catalyst for chaos and jealousy. Their sentient response to Johnny's mixed feelings about Janet showcases the unpredictable nature of Susan and Mary's inventions. To impress and possibly reconcile his feelings for Janet, Johnny finds himself in a comedic yet dangerous tug-of-war with his own trousers. The narrative takes a wild turn when Johnny's super smarty pants autonomously chases after Janet, setting off a bizarre rescue mission with a malfunctioning hairstyling machine. Season 3, Episode 13, Johnny X, A New Beginning. In this exciting episode, Johnny and Dukey transform into Johnny X and Super Dukey to rescue not one, but 3 cats. However, turn out to be manipulated by the Johnny stopping Evil Force 5, aiming to weaken them, with the villains temporarily gaining the upper hand and freezing Johnny's dad. The duo, now drained of their powers, seek refuge. Their struggle for renewed strength leads them to Bling Bling Boy's lab, under the condition of a date with Susan. Despite the villain scheme at the Earth State Carnival, Johnny and Dukey, nearly empowered with telekinesis, outsmart and overpower them. The victory is short-lived as Dark Vegan makes a return, aiming to ruin Johnny and the carnival. Season 4, Episode 1, Johnny's New Baby Sisters. The episode begins with Hugh and Lila announcing their plans for a dinner out, leaving the kids to manage themselves. Leaving your kids alone at home means they'll get into trouble. And that's what happened. Susan and Mary, aiming for some attention from Gil and his new babysitting service, accidentally turn themselves into babies. This leaves Johnny and Dukey to tackle the unexpected challenge of caring for them. Imagine a house full of babies, with 2 of them being genius, but limited to crawling and crying. Just as Johnny struggles with these new responsibilities, Bling Bling appears, offering his help in hopes of spending time with baby Susan. This stops Johnny and Dukey's plan for an epic day of relaxation and junk food indulgence. Johnny tries, but fails, to revert his sisters to their teenage forms because he doesn't have the necessary code. But luckily, the threat of their parents returning home prompts Susan and Mary to reveal the code. Just as Hugh and Lila walk through the door, all of them, including Bling Bling, rush to clean up the house. They're nearly successful, but then, the baby food and diapers they hid in the couch burst out, making a mess. Gil cracks a joke about their new babies, and that's when Hugh and Lila's frustration with Johnny and the girls bubbles up. Together, the kids said, "Oh, so close," and the episode wraps up. Season 5, Episode 16, A Holly Johnny Christmas. In this exciting episode, everyone gathers for a Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Johnny and Dukey head to Toy Castle to marvel at the season's must-have toy, the rapid-fire 10-per-second extreme snowball making machine. After meeting an old man who talked about the importance of giving to those in need, Johnny felt sad because he had no money to give. When the Test family returned home, they all started writing down what they wished for Christmas. Johnny really wants the snowball machine, and his mom promises to get it for him. She doesn't want Johnny to be sad like he was one Christmas before. Even though the toy is sold out everywhere and they can't find it, Johnny still hopes that Santa will bring it for him. Later on, Susan and Mary make an even better snowball machine, but it doesn't work right when they try it out. Johnny worries this will make Santa put him on the naughty list. Then something amazing happens on Christmas Eve. The Test family gets lost in a big crowd at the toy store and finds out what Christmas really means, being with the family and helping others. Johnny gives something away, and it turns out the person he gives it to is Santa Claus. Santa is so impressed that he gives Johnny the toy he really wanted. On Christmas Day, everyone is happy and gets surprises, showing what Christmas is all about. Season 6, Episode 10, Past and Present Johnny. The episode opens up with Johnny and Dukey playing video games when suddenly, Johnny experiences a painful twitch in his fingers. Hugh comes to the rescue, performing a trick he learned during his gaming days in the 80s. This revelation leads to the tales of Hugh's past fame as a video game champion, until a loss in a competition led him to quit gaming forever. Fueled by the story and eager to rectify his father's past, Johnny uses the Turbo Time Tea House to travel back to the crucial competition. Despite Dukey's warnings about altering the future, they proceed, only to find history repeating itself, with Hugh's defeat due to the same twitch. Johnny enters the competition, winning it in his father's stead. But upon return to the present, they face a shocking reality. The twins are unrecognizably ugly and aggressive. Their mom has drastically changed for the worse, and Hugh is now a maid in a house run by Bumper's dad. Realizing their existence is fading, Johnny and Dukey plead with the older twins to use the Turbo Time Tea House once more. Their second trip to the past is aimed at letting events unfold, but with Johnny secretly aiding Hugh to victory. Back in the present for the final time, everything appears normal, except for a futuristic twist outside, revealing their actions have indeed altered the future again, but this time with a happy ending of Hugh inviting Johnny to play video games together. So this was a non-stop 10-minute story of Johnny Test. We know that this is just an animated series, but from its beginning to the end, it was full of science and comedy. Let us know